How did medieval Christianity view women in society? Breaking news from the past. Today, we are addressing a question that many are curious about. How did medieval Christianity view women in society? This topic is gaining attention as people seek to understand the historical context of women's roles. Let's get into the details that shaped women's lives during this fascinating period. Medieval Christianity in Europe generally viewed women through a lens shaped by religious doctrine, social norms, and cultural practices of the time. Women were often seen as morally weaker and more susceptible to sin. This perspective reflected the influence of biblical interpretations and church teachings that emphasized male authority and female submission. In society, women's roles were largely defined by their relationships to men. They were primarily seen as daughters, wives, and mothers, with their main duties considered to be domestic and reproductive. The church promoted ideals of chastity, obedience, and piety for women. Women were encouraged to embody virtues exemplified by figures like the Virgin Mary. Those who conformed to these ideals could achieve spiritual respect. However, women who did not were often viewed with suspicion or as morally dangerous. Despite these general views, there were notable exceptions where women exercised considerable influence, especially within religious contexts. Some women became nuns, abbesses, or mystics, gaining spiritual authority and sometimes managing substantial religious institutions. For example, Melisende, Queen of Jerusalem in the 12th century, was an influential female ruler. She patronized religious establishments and wielded political power, showing that women could hold significant roles when aligned with Christian authority. Women's participation in major religious movements like the Crusades was limited and often discouraged. However, they were involved in various capacities, such as supporting absent male crusaders or managing estates at home. The Church's emphasis on spiritual warfare and penitential pilgrimage primarily targeted men. Overall, medieval Christianity framed women's place in society as subordinate but spiritually valuable when embodying prescribed virtues. Women's experiences varied widely depending on their social status, geographic location, and individual circumstances. The dominant religious ideology reinforced a patriarchal order that shaped medieval European society.